up? What up? What up? Prime Mega Nu-Treez representative to the fullest. Trees up. Just wanted to say, there's a universal balance that has to be maintained. And what I mean by that is when people doubt you, in a sense, what they're doing is daring you to be great. Yes, just as much as the congratulators, we need the doubters and the haters. We need y'all. We need the dislikers. We need the people who constantly are critical, criticize everything. We need all of that. We need that energy to keep us balanced. You know, in a sense, what we're doing is just maintaining the order of things. Energy recycles itself. Negative, positive, however you want to look at it, we need it. So first thing, I wake up in the morning and I thank the Lord for everything he sends my way, ups and downs, smiles and frowns, past, present, and future. So don't get too down on yourself when people don't necessarily agree with your choices or have to hate and criticize everything you do. That's how I think of things now. So I was like, okay, so you guys are daring me to be great. You want me to prove you wrong? Sure, I'll take that challenge. You never know until you try something. You never know what you're capable of until you're put in a certain position, or if you put yourself in a certain situation to react. None of us have reached our peak. I don't believe in that. I'm gonna tell you why. We're in a new day and time where people are way more advanced than they've ever been. Not just technologically, but I believe physically, spiritually, emotionally, way more advanced. We're way more in tune. Some of us aren't, but the people who are dialed in, we have way more perspective than ever. We have way more vantage point, viewpoint than anyone in history has ever. History, the past, has had its chance. The present and the future are still going. So we have a vantage point that no one else has ever had at this point. And that's something to think about, the advantage that we have. Just think about it for one moment. We read in the history books all the mistakes that the world has made. And some of those mistakes we keep repeating, unfortunately. There are people who we would previously consider elderly that, number one, don't look like it, don't think like it, don't move like it. I see people, man, I believe a guy 75, 80 years old on YouTube. I can't remember what the channel was, but this guy was doing like fantastic pull-up bar moves, spinning around, throwing himself around. You could not tell me that man was 80 years old. That is the most magnificent thing I've ever seen in my life. You and we have the tools necessary, like never before, to take our lives and the people around us to a whole nother level. We have that capability. And I believe that was not possible like it was before. I believe the fight was a lot stronger. Not saying it's not now, but now requires tools that we have access to, which is history, the past. Use that. Use what was behind us to move forward. Even if it's it could be general, it could be something from history, general history, or from your history, previous. Use that to its utmost capability to take yourself and advance yourself further and beyond into the future. We all have that capability. I sat and I thought of all the things that I've either said, done, thought about, and I mean mistakes wise. And I compare the person that I am then to now. I was never super crazy bad person, but I made my mistakes like anybody else. And even just from that small tiny glimpse of my history, I know I can take my life 10 times up to as far as it can go. because of the knowledge that I've gained from my past and from others' past. So when people are doubting you, they're daring you to be great. They're daring you to peer back into your playbook of your history, of your past, to steer around the obstacles that you've already seen coming from before. We all have family members that are possibly a little younger than us. Could be niece, nephew, son, daughter, cousin, and you see them doing some crazy stuff with their life. You're like, listen, I see the road that you're heading down. It doesn't end well. It doesn't end well. I grew up with friends that are like the friends you have, and some of them either ain't around no more or they locked up. So you give those kind of examples. Again, we have access to information that others aren't privy to, even though it's theirs for the taking as well. It's just they're not keyed into it like some of us are. They're not keyed into that vantage point, that playbook, that history playbook, that personal history playbook. Use that vantage point to be great. It's a time like no other. What's that saying? What a time to be alive. Take advantage of it. We all can get a piece of that greatness. We all can strive for more. Not only to want more, you can get more. You just have to do it. You have the playbook. Now don't be too caught up in the doubters and the haters to the point where you're just self-consumed within it. No, just take it as a message from God that you can always do better, that you can always strive for even greater. And honestly, even if the haters and doubters took one moment out of their life to peer into their own personal history playbook, they would also discover that they too can become great. That they too don't have to waste so much time peering into other people's lives and just hating on everything everyone does. But again, I thank the haters. Let's thank the haters and the doubters for the energy, for the inspiration that they give us to move on with our lives each and every day, to want to excel with our lives each and every moment that we breathe. I thank y'all. All right? So let's have a blessed week. Let's have a blessed day. Let's get it, y'all. Trees up.